This city is more advanced than I could have ever anticipated. This cloud arc they've constructed fascinates me. It appears to function with the assistance of the Veil somehow. To willingly give up control of your physical body. It's an intriguing concept to exist primarily in a virtual space.
Nimbus gave me their report about your attempt to reach our Veil. Don't let it get you down. This is a marathon, not a sprint. I've been a Cloud Strider for almost 10 years. When our decade's up, we die. Our bodies can't handle so much augmentation. I took on this mantle to protect the people of Neomuna, knowing it would kill me. I've only got one life to give, and it's almost up. I need to take care of the Shadow Legion for Nimbus, lighten the load. I still have much to teach them. They aren't ready. Not yet. But sometimes, they're the one teaching me. A lesson I think Osiris could stand to learn. Look after him. He needs it.
Don't be fooled by his act. The callous you face is no almighty emperor, but something far more dangerous. A hungry, desperate beast. Once the Cabal Empire and all its bounty was his to command, and his to consume. Joy was his purpose, and his strength, he said. To angst over edicts and enemies was weakness. But I could see in his eyes dread that his pleasures would soon come to an end, clouding his sight from an incoming coup. I should have killed him then, but I thought exile more fitting. I thought he'd shrivel to nothing in the void of space. Instead, he caught a glimpse of something more. The chance to become greater than he'd ever been. Like a war beast after a blood scent, he chased that chance, abandoning all honor, reason. There was nothing he would not sacrifice for his own salvation. And when the witness came to him at last, Callus faced what he had run from all along. If we don't stop him, he'll make sure it's the end for us all.
This is a process. We've done nothing but waste time.
I understand. But I cannot lose you again in your eagerness to fight. It is not the same as before.
I am contemplating your most recent outburst with Strand to see if there are opportunities for improvement.
It was out of control. We did the best we could.
We need to do better! We don't know what Callus and the Witness want, but if it will have an effect on us all, I can't allow that to happen. I must ponder more on these strands. You should consult with the Cloud Striders to consider what our next steps could be.
Osiris.
I'm fine, Ghost. I'll be fine. Go on.
I have a message here from your Vanguard's commander Zavala asking about you.
He's probably attempting to check in on my physical and psychological status.
You do that kind of thing often?
He and Saint and Ikora are concerned for my safety. As if no longer carrying the light as I did has transformed me instantly into a fragile elder.
Sounds like they care about you, old bird. It's sure rough to be stuck with supportive friends, huh?
I imagine from your perspective I must seem terribly ungrateful.
You know, when I first got the full set of mods, I was making friends with the ground every 5 minutes. Takes a second to find your balance sometimes.
So it does. I appreciate the reminder.
These are precarious times. I came to see an end to Callus once and for all. But, and I say this with considerable restraint, we are not ready. I've witnessed a great many patriarch of the Cabal Empire poisoned by obsession. Gaul with the light, Callus with the darkness. I worry for Osiris. Recklessness can manifest into obsession. He must rein in his tempestuousness to hope to defeat Callus. So in war, the way is to avoid what is strong and strike at what is weak.
That Kyle. Oof. She's something else, huh? Well, look, I was rooting for us. Really, I was. There's no greater joy for me than doing something Rohan would call incredibly reckless. He'll shake his head and say his little catchphrase. Nimbus, headlong and empty-handed. I'm sure you heard it. It's shorthand for, hey kid, stop trying to do it all yourself. We're partners for a reason. And if I screw up and things go south, well, we'll fix them together. The Cloud Arc is still vulnerable. If we can cycle the power, a hard reset like that should kick things back into gear. It's just, this hard reset is deep in Vex territory, and that's where you come in. Osiris and Rohan can go process their differences over some fermented tea or whatever. We're off to go protect the people of Neomuna.
A paracausal superposition? Like magnetic pull.
You've been busy. Well?
For so long, we saw dark and light as antagonists. We believed we were the champions of the good because we wielded the light. If these are not moral forces, if they are not opposites, what are they? At its root, the Traveler is a terraformer, a gardener. It generates natural life, physical transformation at a molecular scale across whole planet. This should have been our first hint. The domain of the light is the domain of the physical. The darkness then is revealed in many facets. Dreams and nightmares, emotions, pain, memory. The nature of Strand confirms this line of thinking. Darkness is something entirely apart from light. A paracausal union, conjoining intangible conscious realities, discursively linking to...
You're talking about the River of Souls.
River?
Yeah, it's a story we tell kids on Neptune.
A nursery rhyme.
Sort of. Since before history, there's been this raging river. In the story, some try to divert the river, others try to build a dam, but nothing stops it. Lots of people have believed that we either sink in the water or learn to swim.
Don't we?
See, that's the real wild part. We are the river.
And empowered by it, it would seem.
You know, I think I know of a place where we can